G'day, I'm Bruce Dingo and I'm here to show you about my beautiful country of Australia. We got some ripper landmarks, amazing wildlife and mentally unstable people. Well, we're not here to fuck spiders, let's have a good old Captain Cook at our first game.
War. War never changes.
Our great-grandparents made it. We will too. All it takes to thrive in this new world is guts, grit, and hard yakka. That's where you come in.
Broken Roads is an isometric RPG set in the post-apocalyptic outback, similar to games like Disco Elysium or Wasteland. G'day, welcome to Boulders, mate. The standout feature is the moral compass, where your character's morality is placed in one of these four philosophical ideas: Hume, Udi, Mackie, or Nihili. Any decisions you make can shift you around the compass, either changing your perspective over time or solidifying your beliefs. But you can only make choices that are similar to what your character is already like, so you can't just decide to start acting like a dickhead at the drop of a hat. Reading dialogue normally bores the tits off me, but here it's bloody well written and got some pisser moments. And don't worry, if you don't understand half the shit they say, there's translations for you to get a bit of culture into you. First Nations people also get good representation here. There's a settlement and quarter where you can learn about their stories and language, and DJ, easily the best companion, comes from there too. The combat is fairly basic, but I don't really think it's the focus here. You can build your character around a few different fighting styles, from using guns to getting up close and dirty, or calming your nerves by having a few frothies. Each party member also has their own things that they're good at, so you can use them to complement your own skills. I'll tell you what, I loved having someone with a good throwing skill like Jess here, because if some f***wit comes and throws a grenade at you, she can catch it and pip it right back. You can also have a punt by spending punt points to improve your chances of landing a hit. This helps mitigate a lot of the randomness you tend to see in these types of games. Oh, and did I mention there's magic? At a certain point in the story, you get given up to 3 spells that you can cast on the battlefield. There's protective barriers, healing plants, and lighting drongos on fire. Now, the outback is a dangerous place, so on your travels you can get waylaid by the local wildlife. Be on the lookout for boxing kangaroos, drop bears, and combat wombats. I played this game on day dot, and while yes, there were a few mozzies in the game, I didn't come across anything too game-breaking. Most times the punt points didn't actually improve my accuracy at all, and I did manage to soft lock the game right before the final battle. But reloading me save fixed that quick smart. It's a real shame that after Baldur's Gate came out that everyone's expectations for this kind of game have been lifted a fair bit. This game is half the price of Baldur's Gate, so just temper your expectations a bit going into it, because I think it deserves a fair dinkum go. Wow, the outback sure can be a dangerous place. Everyone seems to think that Australia makes a good setting for the post-apocalypse, but what they don't realise is that it already looks like one, just like this next game.
Somebody tell me an answer if you can. I want someone to tell me what is the soul of a man.
Mad Max is based on Mad Max, which is my favourite movie besides Crocodile Dundee and Babe. Oh, I'm not crying, okay? A mozzie just flew into me eye. Although the game resembles Fury Road with that Tom Hardy bloke more than the Mel Gibson original, despite the fact that it only came out a few months after the new flick. It starts off similar with Max getting ambushed by war boys, his car stolen, and left to suffer in his jocks. After rebuilding his car and making friends with Quasimodo and Red Dog, he sets off on an epic quest to find a V8 engine.
It's got to be 8 cylinders, nothing less. What did I tell you? V8, not V6.
Nearly 10 years on, this game still looks bloody beautiful. They managed to make a game set in the wasteland have plenty of visual variety, and when a storm hits, it looks just as epic as it does in the film. And I was able to get this running at 4K, 60 frames, no dramas. Mad Max is chock-a-block with stuff to do. Camps to scope out and pick off their defences before you charge in and clear them out, death races that let you drive other vehicles, convoys to take down that make you feel like you're riding Eternal on the Fury Road, and enough open world map markers to make Ubisoft get Ubi hard. This is the same mob what did Just Cause, and with each location having a little grocery list of things to get done there, it shows. especially when you can do this. Most places have you picking up scrap, which you use to upgrade both Max and his car. Each upgrade has a visual change, which is a nice touch, and help you punch harder, drive faster, and grow a Ned Kelly beard. This one borrows its combat from Bruce Mann Arkham Asylum, and I reckon it's the best clone of it since Middle-earth Shadow of New Zealand. Max's throat is drier than a nun's nasty, so after a good scrap he has to drink water to restore his health. But me? I prefer a VB long neck. You've also got plenty of ways to kill baddies. Shoot them, shank them, blow them up again. There are boss fights in the game, but most of them play out exactly the same. It would have been nice to have a bit of variety here, like maybe a gyrocopter pilot that you have to shoot down or something. At least they got some great names like Rimjobby or Scabrous Scrotus.
Funny about Dickus Dickus.
Tell you what grinds me gears though, is that Max is the only main character with an Aussie accent.
Come on, just let me heal her pain, please.
Don't mess around with that stuff. Don't touch the merchandise.
Probably American.
I always thought Max was supposed to have a few roos loose in the top paddock, but he seems like the only one here with his head screwed on.
Eh? You see these? These are lights. But they fade. And when they fade, I fade with them.
You want new bulbs?
I want new lighting!
No, they should have called this one Sane Max, am I right? If the idea of playing another open world game doesn't make you want to spew your guts up, pick this up on Steam where it often goes on sale for just a few dollary-doos. Here in Australia, we love our cars. So much so that the government changed our national animal to the Holden V8 Commodore. Here's another one for all yous rev heads who love fanging it in your slammed utes. Forza Horizon 3 does a bang-up job of showcasing not only the outback, but also our coastal towns, beaches, and rainforests. It features many real-world locations such as the Pink Lakes of Western Australia, the Sunshine Coast, and the 12 Apostles. Cars will be here any minute now. These are all mashed up into one map that doesn't make much geographical sense. If Australia looks like this, then Forza's map would look like this. All your favourite cars are here, including the Holden Commodore, the Holden Tirana, the Holden GTS Ute, and a bunch of other ones no one cares about. My folks always said that I had an ear for paintings and an eye for music. But even with all that creativity, I'm just too busy throwing hands with kangaroos to design my own cars. Fortunately, you can download any designs that other people have made, so I can have my cars just how I like them in minutes. No, that's not mine. That's me mate's. Yeah, that's right. I'm just looking after it for him. Yeah. This is an open world racing game, so you get to drive around at your own leisure, participating in races, finding hidden cars, getting a high score on the speeding cameras. If you see a car drive by, you can give it a little toot and it'll join your convoy, so then you and the boys can cruise down the Great Ocean Road. Australians are the biggest gamblers in the world, and here's why. They put a pokies machine in a racing game for kids so we can get them while they're young. Come on, little Johnny, we're going to Crown! Forza also lets you partake in many other important Australian pastimes, such as doing doughies in the car park and knocking over wheelie bins. But that's not all. Forza Horizon 3 has possibly the best expansion ever made. This was before that new Hot Wheels game, or that other Hot Wheels game, so at the time this was the best way to relive those childhood memories of when I was a little tacker. There's a whole island map that you navigate on those iconic orange plastic tracks, complete with loop-de-loops, huge jumps, and a dinosaur. And because Hot Wheel tracks are modular, you can swap and change which stunt sections you want in your race. It also gives you an appreciation for the little fellas who drive the Hot Wheels cars. Like, this car looks fully sick, But when you're in the driver's seat, you can't see fucking shit. Sadly, you can't buy this game online anymore, probably because the music license ran out. But you can still snag a secondhand copy on Xbox. And if you still want to play with some little toy cars, the new Forza also has a Hot Wheels expansion. So we got to see some of the locals, the outback, and some beefy cars. Now let's go find some wildlife. We'll start with the... Oi, Jono! You forgot to turn on the right side upsy machine. Oh, f me dead. This is the sort of rude shit I've got to deal with.
Don't be afraid, Ty. I am Nandu Gilly, the Bunyip Elder.
G'day, mate.
Ty the Tasmanian Bandicoot is a true blue collectathon in every sense of the word. There are so many knickknacks to collect here that you'll be flat out like a lizard drinking trying to snag them all. Each level's got precursor opals to guide the way, golden bolt cogs that you cash in for new weapons, Jinjo buildies stuck in cages, and the main objective, Thunder Dragon eggs. Like many other collectathons of its time, it's got a good variety of biomes in its levels. Billabongs, rainforest, coral reefs, the outback, and snowy mountains. The characters have a good deal of charm. I'm pretty sure Maury the Cocky is me spirit animal.
Sounds like you've got a fair dinkum adventure ahead of you, mate. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. I'd much rather be at home watching the footy. I reckon those dunnies are a complete waste of space. Only last week I used one, walked 2 blocks, was clobbered by a frill, and then woke up back on the dunny, which was the best place to be given the surprise I got.
The humour is a bit mixed. Sometimes it's great.
But he left pirating to try something even more cutthroat.
Like what?
Teaching.
And other times it's more cringeworthy than Vegemite on a Lamington.
You okay, boss?
Come over here. Just come over here. I won't hurt you. Now, what's my name? Cat? No, that's my last name. What's my first name?
Oh, I know!
But I want to give this game a fair suck at the dead horse bottle. There are a couple levels that shake the gameplay up and stand out from the rest. You got this one that's almost entirely underwater, this one with a lyrebird that lies to you, so you got to do the opposite of what he says.
This button opens the door. If you heat the furnace with those flammerangs of yours, yeah, well, the door should pop open.
And this one where you ride an angry bull. Although given that the bull was a boss that you just beat, I was hoping that this Sharky, who is the second boss, would make an appearance in the later water level. Some of the boomerangs you unlock are pretty fun, especially the kaboomerang. But it also makes the final level a piece of piss. And speaking of the final level, you gotta love a game that ends with a ridiculously long remote-controlled batarang sequence. Overall, I felt like this one was decent at best, frustrating at worst, and not quite the follow-up to Jak and Daxter that I was looking for. Oh, now there's me favourite animal, the dingo. Now this is one of the most deadly creatures in the outback, so we got to be real careful, make sure he doesn't get too close to us. If we keep our distance, we should be alright. And, oh shit, run! Dinkum, aka Australia Crossing, is one of them Stardew Moon Harvest Valley type games, where you build and maintain a cosy little town, though this time it's in the harsh outback. It starts off with you leaving the cold, depressing streets of Melbourne, South Sydney, and just like our forefathers, colonising a foreign land and forcibly instilling our ways of life. I called mine Dingo Island. All the usual suspects are here. Chopping, mining, foraging, digging, boating, camping, fishing, it's BCF and fun. As you build your settlement up, you attract new people to come live there, like Johnny the shopkeeper, Rain the farmer, and my mate, Steve the stingray hunter. To keep your energy levels high, you can cook some authentic, nutritious Australian cuisine, like meat pies, fruit salad, and fairy bread. What do you mean I can't eat nothing but fairy bread? No, I found hundreds of thousands on the ground, mate. This is bush tucker. Now I'm going to give you a tip that'll help you survive in the outback. You see a box jellyfish? What you want to do? So get your cricket bat and give it a nice hard bonk. There's plenty other dangerous wildlife out there, like saltwater crocs, sonic the echidna, and full-neck lizards with their signature electric shock. This seems like a good one to play with your mates, though I have heard that only the host makes progress in their game, so keep that in mind. There are plenty other games that showcase this amazing country, but I'd have Buckley's and No Hope trying to cover them all. Hope I've taught you a thing or two about the land down under. Till next time, I'll see you cunts around like a rissole. Can't say what? Rissole?